Alright, beginner traders, don't skip this video. Let's learn together with Raja Banks. Okay, let's learn with Raja Banks. Let's start the video. Don't Make sure you watch up to the end so that you learn. Let's go.
Welcome everyone, this is Raja Banks. Now, I'm gonna go over how to properly do analysis on charts. Now, let's get into it. First of all, whenever someone looks at a chart, you're gonna look at the chart like this, right? So whenever someone looks at the chart like this, they're doing these things which I say they're not productive. And the one thing that they're doing is they're saying that, okay, we may have like a trend line, we may have a trend line coming down over here. Now we're kind of like, doing this. We may go up, we may go down. Like, all this stuff, it may work, but in my experience, I haven't seen this work as much as, you'd like to think it works. So my favorite way of doing analysis is this, and this is something that we can learn properly as well. Now, first of all, we got to clean all this up. So I'm not going to bother with cleaning this up. We're just going to jump down to the view that I'd like to see. So let's say I'm looking at the daily candles right over here. I like to see exactly what the candles are doing. This is what I like to see all the time. I like to see what the candles are doing. I have to look at the candles, because if I can't look at the candles, I don't know where price is going to go, which is very, very important. So first thing I see is we're creating support. Let's try this again. Okay, no problem. Let's try this again. Stupid bitch. Okay, there we go. All right. So we're creating support, right? We're creating support, and obviously, this daily candle came down. We rejected the support up over there. This candle right over here kind of closed what it is, and now we got this daily candle right over here. Now, when you're trying to define a trend is defined by where you think price is going to go based on the time frame you're looking at. If you're looking at the 1 hour time frame and you think price is going to go bullish, then that's going to be the trend. If you're looking at the 30-minute time frame and you think price is going to go bearish, then that's the trend you're looking at. So let's drop down to the 4-hour time frame and see what's happening right over here now. Now, since we're looking at the 4-hour time frame, we have some more information. Now, obviously, we have to adjust the zones, because if you look over here, this is the zone we drew on the daily, but now we're looking at the 4-hour. So this is the information we see at this point. So let's say we have a support on the 4-hour time frame over here. Awesome. Now since we have a support, we have to establish some sort of a resistance. Now we can see that, okay, there's a resistance up over here on the 4-hour time frame, right? Sometimes what traders are going to do is traders are going to say, oh, by the way, guys, there's a link to my free course. It's in the description. Go get it. It's completely free. Basics, you're going to learn a lot. Anyway, sometimes traders are going to say, okay, we got this resistance over here, but then we also got this resistance up over here. So we're going to target that resistance up over there. Now, the problem is this. Currently, we're sort of consolidating, right? We're consolidating, and if you measure the range, this is a 200 pip range over here. 200 pip range. This is the CTrader platform on Dominion Markets, by the way, right? But if we're targeting over here, this is a 175 pip range. So now you got to ask yourself, are you going to target this resistance, or are you going to target up over here? The safest bet is going to be to target right over here based on the 4-hour time frame. Let's drop down to the 1-hour time frame. So we're dropping down and we're adjusting our zones. Adjusting zones is very, very important. Now, let's take a look at this right over here. We're looking at the 1-hour time frame. Obviously, we're looking at the candles. You can see complete details of the candles. This is how you should be doing analysis on the charts. Now, looking at the 1 hour, you can see how this zone is overlapping the 1-hour candles, right? We looked at the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, it makes sense to zone right over here below the candles. Looking at the 1-hour time frame, now we see that the zone is overlapping the candles right over here. One thing I have to stress on here is that now we have to adjust the zone right here. One thing that people ask me all the time is that shouldn't this zone be thicker like this? And the answer is no. The reason why the answer is no, because you have to look to see